big news with regards to sports and labor, and I'm aware we're running a little short on time, but the big news, sports and labor recently, for once, has not involved the NFL. It was David Stern coming out and demanding, saying we were going to have 35% cuts in wages, and Billy Hunter responding, the
my
head
godfather.
of the your godfather, NBA Players Association, saying, well, that would guarantee a lockout if you think that's what's going to happen. And David Stern responds to that saying, oh, I don't think Billy Hunter ever would have said that and threatened me with a lockout. I mean, lately, David Stern, seriously, he's been acting like, I mean, he thinks he's the godfather, and he's been acting like straight up Fredo.
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, it's been straight Fredo, though. It's been incompetence.
Some of the numbers have just been crazy.
It has been talking about contraction and the rest of it. I wanted to ask you, though, DeMaurice, because I know you're a big picture guy. You see this happening with the NFL. You see this happening in the NBA, and you're close with Mr. Hunter. You see it on the horizon in Major League Baseball and the NHL. How do you understand this big picture-wise, this confluence of all these labor struggles in sports?
It's the same play.
Talk to us.
It's the same play. What another nice point of fact for our fans, whether it is the NBA or the NFL Players Association, both represented, both the NFL and the NBA, both represented by the same law firm.
Wow.
In these labor negotiations.
Wow.
So the guy who locked out Proskauer Rose.
Wow.
Proskauer Rose.
So Bob Batterman, the same guy who locked out hockey for a year, he's the lead negotiator for the NFL right now.
Wow.
Why are they making this play right now? Most people look at sports and see a golden goose.
And the NHL has
because it is a golden goose.
Yeah.
So
it is a golden goose.
They just want more eggs? Is that what it comes down to?
Bob Batterman says, and it's a great thing to pull up. Any fan can pull it up on their computer. Bob Batterman said in an interview, it's not that the NFL teams are losing money. It's just that they want more money.
It's very
and he
very
said
honest
that,
of him.
He said that when it came to the profits of NFL teams, it is, quote, none of the players' business.
Wow.
So we're not talking about teams losing money. We're not even talking about teams being squeezed. I've said that if any NFL team is losing money, if the overall trend of teams is losing money, show us and we'll fix the collective bargaining agreement.
There's no way there's NFL teams losing money.
Well, look, when a guy gets on and
there's no way they're going to show him the books.
No, well, when a guy is bold enough to say in an interview with his alma mater, now that we're talking about homecoming,
quick plug.
When he's bold enough to say that NFL profits are none of our business.
Love the transparency.
Love the transparency.
Like the George Bush administration.
I was going to say, I mean, Bob Batterman is kind of like the Karl Rove of this process. He's Karl Rove.
Love the transparency. We're going to war, and that's all you need to know.
I'm going to start calling Bob Batterman Goodell's brain.
We're the weapons of mass destruction.
The way we called Karl Rove Bush's brain, Batterman is Goodell's brain.
That's an interesting fact that I don't think a lot of people aware of. They're represented by the same law firm.
Oh yeah.
That's something I know. Tom Thomas is probably sitting home right now going, I'm going to find out why that is.
Oh, and so all four major sports,
Shout out to the poet.
All four major sports are represented by the same.
And I don't think the NHL. That was a real problem. Was there wasn't unity amongst the players initially. Are you worried about that being a problem? Because when you come with a proposal and you say, hey, this is what we can do, are you worried that, hey, you have one half of the room split and the other half split in terms of being able to unify them when it comes to making a decision?
I'll be blunt. No.
Okay.
Not at all. I mean, you coming out of the box into this job, it doesn't take long when you study the history of the National Football League or the NBA. It seems to me that being dead honest with ourselves in the history of work stoppages in sports, all of us look to baseball. About the unity that they had among their players during incredible unity. That is the model, and I was lucky enough to learn a little bit at the feet of Marvin Miller, and got to meet him recently and talk to him about how he formed that baseball union into a juggernaut of solidarity and unity. So out of the box, I went right to guys like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Tony Gonzalez, Maurice Jones-Drew, already had guys like Jeff Saturday and Kevin Mawai. But when you can start to pull guys in like Aaron Rodgers, we now have a number of players who are not only good, solid football players and high-profile players, but they're going to be strong leaders for our team.
So no worries of the equivalent of the quarterback club in the 80s where you had
no worries about the Joe Montana who crossed the line. No, just to be blunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was wondering.
And for me, when all of those fans saw that kickoff on Thursday night, and
Brilliant.
you saw Jared Allen and Steve Hutchinson lead their team out, and you saw Drew and Will Smith lead their team out.
Will Smith was there?
Will Allen.